The red lace in Alex's car was the first crack in the perfect illusion of my life. I never imagined I'd find myself in this situation. That night, a simple discovery turned my world upside down. The chapter ahead will take you through the initial shock and the whirlwind of emotions that followed. It's the beginning of a journey filled with pain, disbelief, and the seeds of vengeance that started to take root in my heart. Chapter 1. Shocking Betrayal. Husband finds wife's lingerie in friend's car. You know, life has a funny way of throwing curveballs when you least expect them. I'm Jonathan, by the way. Just an ordinary bloke, really. I've always believed in doing things the right way. Work hard, love your family, and stay true to your word. That's how I've lived my life, and that's how I thought my life with Clara was. But as I'm about to tell you, things aren't always as they seem. It was a Thursday, just an ordinary day, or so I thought. I was heading home early from work, planning to surprise Clara. We'd been married for 15 years, and I still got butterflies thinking about her. But that day, my world turned upside down. I remember pulling into our driveway and seeing Alex's car parked outside. Alex, my mate since uni days, the kind of friend you'd trust with your life. He was helping Clara with some garden project, or so they said. I never thought twice about it. Why would I? Clara was my rock, and Alex was my best mate. But that day, something felt off. I walked into the house, calling out for Clara, but there was no response. The silence was eerie. I wandered out to the garden, expecting to find them laughing over some plant or another, but they weren't there. That's when I noticed the back door of Alex's car slightly ajar. Curiosity got the better of me. I thought maybe he'd left something for me, a surprise or a silly joke gift. We always did that sort of thing. But what I found was no joke. There, on the back seat, was a piece of lingerie. Not just any lingerie, but a piece I recognized instantly. It was Clara's, a special anniversary gift from a couple of years back. My heart sank. I felt this cold, numbing sensation wash over me. I stood there, holding that delicate fabric, my mind racing with 1,000 thoughts. Was I being paranoid? Was there a logical explanation? I wanted to believe there was. But deep down, I knew. It was like all those years of trust and love were shattering around me. I put the lingerie back, carefully, as if it was a fragile piece of evidence in a crime scene. I didn't confront them. I couldn't. I needed time to process this, to understand why. Why Clara? Why Alex? Why me? I went back into the house, still eerily quiet, and made my way upstairs. I needed to see Clara, to look into her eyes and find some hint of guilt, some sign of the betrayal I'd just uncovered. But she wasn't there. The bed was neatly made, the room untouched since the morning. It was like a scene from a life that no longer existed. I sat on the edge of the bed, my mind a whirlwind of emotions: anger, sadness, disbelief. I thought about confronting Clara, demanding answers. But what would that do? It wouldn't change what had happened. It wouldn't heal the wound that was now gaping open in my chest. That's when the idea first came to me: revenge. Not the loud, violent kind. No, I wanted something more subtle. A revenge that would make them feel the depth of the pain they'd caused me. I wanted them to regret their actions, to understand the magnitude of their betrayal. I started to plan, right there, sitting on the edge of our bed. I'd play the dutiful husband, the oblivious friend. I'd watch them, learn their secrets, their lies, and when the time was right, I'd strike. They wouldn't even see it coming. As I sat there, lost in my thoughts, I heard the front door open. Clara's voice called out, cheerful, unsuspecting. "Jonathan, are you home early?" I took a deep breath, steadying myself. The game was about to begin. I'd be the perfect husband, loving, caring, until the moment of revelation, until the moment they realized they'd underestimated me. I walked down the stairs, each step feeling heavier than the last. Clara was there, smiling, beautiful, a picture of innocence. "There you are," she said. I was just out with Alex, planning the new garden layout. You're home early. Is everything all right? I forced a smile, hiding the storm raging inside me. Everything's fine, love. Just thought I'd surprise you. But as I looked into her eyes, I knew the real surprise was yet to come, and it would be a shocker.